Hey everybody, it's AJ. So I just want to do a little quick 3 to 5 minute video and tell about my adventures in El Salvador, because I know El Salvador kind of sometimes gets a bad rap from the media and whatnot, but I hope I can clear some things up for you and encourage some people to go and visit. So El Salvador is in Central America. The first thing you have to remember is that it's nothing like America really. Some parts are, but most of it is not. So my first city we went to was in San Salvador, and whenever you land to get out of the airport, that's kind of like different, because the airport's super tiny, and when you walk out, you're gonna see like a line of people just like waiting to greet you, and they want to like see who you are, and they want to like sell you stuff as well too. So you kind of feel like a celebrity there just getting there. If you are traveling to El Salvador, I recommend visiting first San Salvador, because A, it's very safe, and B, it's very tourist friendly. It's like where all the tourists actually go to. When you do go, do not rent a car there, because people, the way they drive in El Salvador and the way they drive here is not the same at all. They don't really have speed limits per se, and they don't have a lot of stop signs at all, and you will definitely get hit while you're there, or you probably will hit somebody on accident. And the rental car is really, really expensive. But anyway, so we went with this guy named Matt. He runs a travel guide. He's a travel guide, and his name is My Triangle. That's what his company name is. He's really, really smart, and he's very passionate about his country, so he knows where all the cool spots to go to. My favorite spot to go to in San Salvador was going to be the Maya pyramids, some of the Maya pyramids, and that's because I'm a big history buff. I love anything with history. Second was the small towns that he's going to take you through to in Santa Ana. That's like going west towards San Salvador. Yeah, we stopped and went to the middle of it. We were in the middle of the jungle, and he took us to this restaurant. It's like this big lake, actually, that's around it. And I made the mistake of getting a milkshake. And over there, you have to think about, they don't pasteurize their dairy products like they do here. It's literally probably just straight from the cow, from what I saw. So I got really, really sick. But other than that, San Salvador was a lot of fun, because that was the highlight, actually going to those pyramids and seeing those. The second one, or second city I went to, is in Playas Negras, and it was inside Playas Negras, and it was called Conchagua, and this was really, really fun, because I got to meet a lot of my wife's family who I've never ever got to meet before. So the first night when I was there, after I met everybody, I was just really like amazed at like how everything was. So let me break it down to you. The houses in El Salvador are they're not built like here. They're not insulated. They don't have really AC, and they don't really have, well, it's nothing like here at all. But it's very nice though. So if you can picture just cinder block houses with ventilations cut up the top for air so the breeze will blow in at nighttime, and they sleep in hammocks, which is really, really, really comfortable. I love it. So we get inside the house, and I'm looking around. I'm just looking at all the decorations, and we go outside. And you got to keep in mind, in El Salvador, they're very self-sufficient. A lot of people grow their own food, harvest their own, chickens. They use them for eggs, and they eat them sometimes. And so I was over there, and I was playing with these chickens. These are really, really friendly chickens, and I love animals. And so I'm sitting here playing one. I'm petting one, and like me and this chicken were really bonding. And my wife's aunt, she comes up to me, and she's like, "Oh, te gusta el pollo?" She's like, "Do you like the chicken?" I'm like, "See." I was like, "Yeah, I like the chicken. It's a nice chicken." And I didn't think anything about it. So anyway, the next fast forward to like the next day, she was like, "Hey, I want to surprise you. I want to make you guys a meal. Don't go out to eat or anything." And so we did. And she serves me chicken soup. I was like, "I didn't see you guys go to the grocery." And she's like, No. We made it." I was asking my brother-in-law. I was like, "Where'd you get the chicken at?" And she's like, "You picked it out." And I was like, I was like so much shocked, because this is the chicken I was playing with the night before, And I'm looking down, looking down, and I was like, "Lo siento mucho, señor pollo." I was like, "Yo no sabía." And she kind of looked at me like, she's like, "Con quién estás hablando?" She's like, she asked me, "Who am I talking to?" I was like, "No dije nada." I'm not like anybody. But yeah, they do grow their own food out there, and I just didn't realize I was bonding with the chicken and sending it to his death. But it happens, I guess. Let's see. Oh yeah, and also a popular dish out there is called it's garrobo. It's like a big iguana. It's sopa de garrobo. And basically they'll catch these big iguanas and they'll make a soup out of it. So yeah, I didn't try it, but apparently it's really, really good. So I mean, if you're into trying different things, then this might be something you might want to try. Just to me, it didn't seem that appealing. So that was the first night we stayed. The second night we actually got a hotel just like 2 minutes down the road because we wanted to stay on the beach. We had got a beach view hotel with a private beach attached to it. It was $50 a night, but this came with 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and everything was handmade. They fresh squeezed orange juice, fresh cooked like food right out of the ocean, and literally went out there and they caught the food for you and they came back and they cooked it up. So that was really, really cool. So it was really, really cheap out there. The towns, it's really interesting because you'll have these houses, and then as you're going around in the villages, you'll have these little wooden sheds set up on the side of the road, and it's just these people like making food and selling them for really, really cheap to people passing by. So on the way back, we stopped by this guy's house that my wife's uncle knew, and I saw they had like 25 chickens. They call them pollitos down there, like chicken, like little chicken chicks. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save me some chickens today. So I bought like all this guy's chickens for like $5, and I brought them back, and I was like, here, don't eat these. I don't know. They called me like last night actually, and they said like, yeah, all your chickens died. I was like, but it's whatever. So like the third day, we went to the central market, and inside the central market, it's like a big flea market, basically, but it's outdoor. It's all outdoors, and everything there is really, really cheap. I'm talking like $4 for a soccer jersey. You can get like I don't know, like bicycles and toys for kids for like $10. So it's definitely a good tourist spot too. It's very safe too. Lots of police there. After we went to that central market, like to backtrack, we actually kind of dressed up for this place because we were told it was going to be, you know, a nice place, but we should have just dressed down because we were way, way overdressed. We looked like a couple like millionaire Americans walking in there. And so anyway, we left and we went back to the beach, and we were just hanging out on the beach, and this guy comes by. He's like, "Hey, you wanna go on the document too?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. How much?" And he's like, $15. So $15 to like go on a 30-minute drive out in the ocean. And I was like, "Yeah, you can't beat that." But what was really cool while we were out there, we were on the back tubing. We saw dolphins. They were just swimming along with us, and like maybe 10, 15 feet away. So that was definitely worth every bit of $15. Let's see, what else? Right next to Playas Negras, or not right next to, it's like an hour outside of it, there's this town called San Miguel. And San Miguel it's like you're jumping right back into America, because this place is actually, it's updated. They have like a mall, they have a Papa John's, they have a Little Caesars. It feels like you're in a normal American city. So we weren't prepared for this when we went. So we just got off the boat, and we had a long day. We didn't even shower. We just went there in like old clothes that were covered in dirt, and everybody else around us was like dressed up. So we looked like a bunch of like, I don't know, jungle men out there. So that was a little embarrassing, but it's okay. Nobody's ever gonna remember me, I don't think. What else? What else? What else did we do? Oh yeah. So I think one of the funnest part of this trip was we went into the jungle because I wanted. Well, the reason why we were there was we were with my uncle, or my wife's uncle, and he was just going to show us kind of where he grew up, and so we had to actually go as a group because there are like some dangers of El Salvador. You can't just go down there by yourself, not know anybody. So we were with the group, and that just kind of deters people away from coming. And we were going through the jungle, and people were laughing at me because what I was dressed up in is I had like a white shirt on with blue jeans, and I had big like water boots come up to my knees because they said it can get a little muddy. And my brother-in-law, he was like, dude, you look straight stupid in those. I was like, shut up, dude, you're gonna want them later if there's like mud. And so we're getting to the end of this, and they're like, all right, we're getting ready to go actually inside the jungle, and like it's gonna get some little muddy. And I was thinking it was just, you know, a little bit of mud, but no, the mud got up to my knees, and I was good because I had these knee-high water boots. But I'm looking back at my brother-in-law, and I'm like, yo, you wanna make fun of my boots right now? Are these boots stupid? And he's sitting over there, he's like mud like almost up to his waist, and he's like, man, screw you. So we got there, and at the end of the jungle there's this spring that's underground, and that my wife's uncle's dad, he found whenever they were children, and he put cement around it and kept the mud from coming inside of it. And we were actually able to reach down there and drink out of this water straight from the jungle. I was for sure I was going to get sick, but I actually didn't. So that's pretty good. But yeah, other than that, we got to see the countryside a lot too. There's volcanoes in El Salvador, and the countryside is really, really beautiful. The beaches, the water, it was really like clear blue. I could see right down, just looking down while I was underneath it. Everything is really cheap. Where the gang violence is really, really low, so I don't have a whole lot to say about that. I know the media does, but it was okay. Oh, this is El Salvador's flag too, in case you didn't know. What else? Yeah, but there was also security down there too. There's security checkpoints every few miles as well. So overall, it was pretty safe in both cities we went to. So man, overall, I can't say enough good things about El Salvador. I loved it. Everybody I met, they were really, really welcoming. They were just surprised that some gringo American would actually come down there in the middle of the jungle to El Salvador, and supposedly the world's most second dangerous country. I was like, YOLO. Yeah, but I had a great time. I can't wait to go back for the third time. Hopefully it's this year again. I know I just went January, but I want to go back. It's really good. So I encourage everybody to go out there, just step outside your comfort zone, because these people there, they're some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. It's also a really humbling experience. I don't really have time to go into why it's a humbling experience. Just know that seeing these people and what they have and what they're grateful, they have, versus what I have now, it's like my complaints are, what I mean to say is like the complaints I have right now are nothing. Like my complaints, like they wish they could have some of my complaints, and I feel so bad. But it's definitely, it'll change you if anything. So that's pretty much all I have to say in a quick video. I don't want to spend too much of your time. But thanks for watching, guys. If you have any comments or any questions or stuff I didn't really clear up, leave a comment, and hopefully I will answer them, because I'm pretty good about that. Alright guys, thanks for watching.